Hello. I wanted to do this different project with you. It's only given to close to my heart makers, so I'm really excited to share with you guys. And I just want to tell you on first page, I decided at the end, because I'm trying to always use my stash, right, to use some shimmer brush and kind of flick it on the background. And I'm going to send you a couple reminders that are in text on the video to do the shimmer brush on the white paper in the center of the first page first, and instead of doing it last like I had to, because I kind of thought of the idea at the end. So get yourself a nice box to put it in so that the shimmer brush doesn't go everywhere, and just flick that on that white paper before you put your mats on and before you put it on the background page. Hello everybody, we are going to be working on a special workshop that was put together for makers from close to my heart, but I'm sharing it with you, and I do have permission to do that. And we're going to use this beautiful Let's Party paper, and what I really like about close to my heart is they give you a lot of options. So even though they are having a theme here, you can use these for other things, right? So for one thing, like this paper, yay, does not have to be for birthday. There's nothing birthday related on there. And this confetti paper, love it, absolutely love it. That could go for many different themes. And then you've got this checked. That would be very spring, very picnicky. And then a beautiful red and pink stripe could be Valentine's, could even work as Christmas too. And again, kind of picnicky too. And then just banners. So really the only paper here that's truly kind of birthday is this one here. So that's really nice. I love that they do that. So here's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna go ahead and do my cutting. I'll just do it, I'll speed it up because it's not that interesting to watch. And then we'll get right into the meat and potatoes of all of this workshop. Okay, so let's do a little bit of prep step, and you're gonna see me do this twice because the first time I did it, I stamped on the bottom of this page, and I didn't like my stamping, so I turned the whole page over. So you're gonna get to see this using the Ballerina ink and your brush to put a little color on the upper left quadrant of the 9.5 by 9.5 page. And we are going to cut this page a little bit if you want to, because we had this extra piece of, I believe it's Bluebird cardstock in here that I think is going to make a nice little frame to make this pop off the page a bit more. But anyway, so here I'm using my Sundance ink to stamp down at the bottom, and I wasn't trusting the block, or that I had put the stamp on the block nice and straight. And so I went a little crooked on this, and I did not like it, as you can see. So I started to think, oh, I'll keep it, and then I just couldn't do it because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So I thought, this time I'm going to trust my block. I'm going to really line it up, and I'm going to just use the edge of the block along the flush with the edge of the page and get that on much straighter. Then, of course, I just didn't really realize I needed to redo that pink, so we'll do that in a minute. But on this one of the strips for page 2, you're going to go 5.5 inches in, just a light pencil mark, and then 2.5 inches in on the other side, and that's to leave some space for journaling. If you don't want to do that, or you don't like journaling, you don't have to do that part and just stamp all the way across, or you can use your adhesive journaling stickers, which I absolutely love, and just put it right over it. So there's a lot of options there. I do recommend that you journal at least a little bit, making sure that you have the names of the people on the page, the date, and the location. At the very minimum, do that. But really, we're supposed to be telling stories. So, let's tell our stories on here, even if it's just a few sentences. Now, this one, I'm going to go all the way across, and I'm just kind of lining up those blocks so that they match to make a pattern all the way. And I noticed right at the end, I needed one more little block. So I put that on there. And then do a little stamping here. We're going to stamp the balloon, the present, and the hat. And the hat's going to go in Sundance. Party hat. I was trying to look for another word for that. So the party hat goes in Sundance, and the present and the balloon are going to be in black. And that's an unusual color choice that I would have probably not gone with. I probably would have chosen brighter colors and stuff, but we'll just go with it today. And one of the reasons is because there's not a lot of black on the page. Now, if I took and outlined the white piece in black, that would be one thing, but we're going to do it in blue today because that's the amount of paper I have left. But you can always change up those colors if you don't like what Close to My Heart has decided on in there. So, okay, so suddenly I realized, whoops, I need to go back and do Ballerina on this side. So just going over it and over again makes it really nice and soft. And that's just going to add a little bit of interest behind the cluster of present, balloon, the hat, and the number of the birthday that you're on. I've cut out 6 because I'm going to do my niece's birthday, and then I cut out 6 and 3 because I have a 63rd birthday coming up. That would be mine. And so I thought, I know I'm going to be taking some pictures on that birthday because I'm visiting friends. So let's go. I found this piece. Is one of our leftover pieces, and it's 9.5 by something. So our piece here is 9.5 by 9.5. So I'm going to trim it down just a touch to fit into this. So probably to 9 1/4, I think. So I'm going to take off a 1/4 inch off top and off this side. Now, you don't have to do this. This is just because I think it would look a little better if I put this onto the blue. I think it's going to pop out because, whenever you have that busy paper, you're going to have a little bit of an issue with things showing up well. So let's just try this. And I just think it's gonna come, you know, look a little bit better there. So let's tack this down first. And again, you can use the back side of this paper if you think this one is too super busy. You could use this side, but I like this side a lot. So I like the light blue on it. That's what really is attracting me to this page. So let's stick that there, right in the center. And I'm gonna put this in the center. I have got to change my blade. my paper's a little rough there. I'm gonna put this in the center here of the blue. And I just think you're gonna see that it's gonna make it pop out slightly on that busy paper. So just center it. Now this is optional, of course. Okay, like that. And then, so this is still 9.5, so I can go by the measurements on here, because the blue is 9.5, so the measurements were 1 inch up from the bottom of the blue paper. And that will go like this. All right, just like that, and then 1 inch in. So make sure your little grid pattern there is down at the bottom, and it looked like that. Okay, now we've got our different photo mats, and I haven't printed my photos yet, but I do know which ones are going to go on here. My niece had her 6th birthday, and so that's going to go on there. So now we know the white paper is a little bit smaller now. So when placing these, which I think should probably be popped up, let's see, what did they say about that? They're not. Yeah, attached with photo tape. So I'm just going to center that a little bit better. Instead of putting it exactly 3/8 of an inch up, it's probably going to go about 1/2 inch from the bottom. I'm going to grab some photo. I don't have many of these big ones left. I'm going to have to possibly restock. Here's a few more. Okay. So let's go with 1/2 inch from the top, 1/2 inch from the sides, 1/2 inch from the bottom. And I think that's going to work okay, because I did cut the white paper a little bit smaller now. All right. So how is everybody out there in scrapbook land and card land? Because we are going to make cards today too, all with the same kit. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and a happy New Year. We had a good Christmas, although my parents were a little bit sick. But nobody got sick afterwards, so I think they were it was just colds. I got some pretty good gifts from my kids. They actually are starting to get to know me. Things I like. My son gave me a Marvel book, a book about the rise of Marvel movies and all that kind of stuff, which is something that I'm interested in, because I'm a big Marvel fan. So 1/2 inch from the side here. And my daughter got me some like a candle and some lights for under my cupboards so that I can see when I'm cooking a little better. 1/2 inch from the bottom. And what else did she get me? I can't remember. But then my youngest got me a stainless steel pan, because I'm switching from regular pans that have the non-stick, because I've just been reading too much about the chemicals that are in that leach into your food, and I'm not thrilled about that. So I'm going with stainless steel, and the trick to stainless steel is to make sure that your pan is very well heated before you put your food in, and then that keeps it from sticking. So, you know, that works for me. I can do that, and then I don't have to worry about what chemicals are getting into my food. So was happy about that gift. And my husband and I don't usually give gifts to each other. Let's see how this works if I've got enough space. Yeah, they're gonna be a little bit tighter together because of the paper. So I'm gonna just make about a 1/16 of an inch between them. Now, if you want it to be a little more spacey here, you can just, you know, pull this down a little bit more, like quarter inch, but I think that looks just fine. And then we've got the last one here. And, but I'm very glad to get back to routine. I'm a routine girl. So having days off and having my husband have days off and all of that stuff and having to go places, not as fun to me as staying at home and getting to do my crafting and practice some guitar and clean my house. And I'm more of that kind of a routine type of person. I like that a lot. So get this last one up. And this one will go 1 inch from the bottom, but again, you can make that just a little bit less since the paper's not as large anymore. So let's go with maybe 7/8 of an inch. And let me get this. So I'll try. And we're talking from the bottom up the white. And then into the middle, it's 3/4 of an inch into the center. So from the side, that looks awesome. There's our pink area. And those will all go on with probably some foam tape, except let's do balloon down first. That will be flat. And I get a tiny bit of glue there. And it looks like that's just gonna go over to the left-hand side here. Another thing you could have done with all of this is do a, this is gonna pop up, I think. Let me get my number. You could have done, after doing all of your prepping, you could have gone and done some dry embossing on this to add a little more texture in there. You could have taken your shimmer brush, do a shimmer brush through there. I think Bluebird is one of our colors for shimmer brushes, and just, you know, tap it gently over all of the back, but I didn't do that either. So, and then we're just gonna put our 6 on here in a way that looks okay. And I don't want it to be the same level as the balloon, so I'm gonna move it up a little bit, and I think I'm gonna pop that up too. Even though the hat's gonna be popped up also, I think I'm gonna pop this with some really little pop dots. And I hope this video won't be too long for you, because here we are only on the first one, but the second page should go fairly fast because I think we've done most of our prep for it. But I'm gonna start posting my videos on YouTube more often, and so I have to find the right length of time that people are willing to sit and watch. But you can do what I do, and whenever I'm watching, and I watch a lot of scrapbook and card making videos, whenever I'm doing it and it's going a little slow, I just hit fast forward to the end so I can see what it looks like, and it will not offend me if you do that, so feel free. All right, I'm gonna lift that up a little bit higher than where they've got the 4, because the 4 is just a different shape, doesn't look the same. And then I'm gonna put the hat on there. They put the hat on the 4. That's kind of cute like that. You know what? I think only I'm gonna put the pop dot on the top of the hat, and then I'm just gonna put a little glue here on the 6 and just do it that way so that it's slightly popped up, but just laying on the 6 there. And then the little, whoop, there we go. The present is just gonna go tip down here. And it looks like they're gonna put some kind of a little doodad on that. So I have to find where I put those. You know, we got a package, I think it's to my left here, a package of acrylic shapes. And I'm pretty sure one of those is going on here. Also, you have a big stash at home, so look and see what other things would make this page look great. And like I said, I think the shimmer brush, tapping that all over it would look fantastic. And I think that you could use some stickles, you could use some sparkles, whatever. You know, use up your stash, use them, you know, just because this is completed this way with stickers and a little bit of these, does not mean you can't add your own things to them. And I am almost positive I might go back with a the Bluebird shimmer brush and do a little bit of sprinkles. I could cover these sides and just do it on this part before I put down my photos. Or I could let the sprinkles go all over, but I think it would look better if I just keep it in the white. So we'll see here. All right, let's see what we got now. We got our little stars. Let me see. And stickers. I'm gonna work on this left-hand side first. So let me look and see what we've got here. I think that it's a little pink heart. Should probably be in here, or it's a sticker. Let me see. I'm not seeing any hearts. There is a little, looks like, I'm looking right here. It looks like it's pink, but it could be white, plastic or acrylic shape there. And I don't know if it's the pink one. It looks more like it's white. So I'm gonna do a little white star and then a pink star. Oh, there's a pink star and a blue star. Right there, and then one pink heart, and that might be, yeah, I think that is on our stickers. So let me move those. We'll get back to this. Now, good glue for that is not going to be your regular adhesive, so use something like this. We sell this at Close to My Heart, and this is really an excellent glue. So I'm just gonna, this holds heavier things. Oops, there's one more white star I see. It's very light against that paper. So a little dot here of glue. And the star. And then pink over here. And it looks like it might be a bigger star. So I'm gonna just check real quick and see if there's a bigger one. In the collection, maybe. All right, I'm gonna go with that. A little bit bigger star. Put the small one away. And then a blue one over here. This is coming together. Once you start these little embellishments, they make a lot of difference. And then I'm gonna put the white here. Unless there's a little pink star, maybe, you know what? I think this what might be it. Sometimes it's so hard to tell, but I'm gonna see, I think it's this light pink star right here on the stickers that goes there. I thought it was pink. And then a heart. And this is also pink, and I think it's this one here, because I don't see any smaller. So I'm pretty sure that's that one right in the middle. And that goes on the balloon. Now you could take your liquid glass and shine those up real easy. You could put stickles, would look pretty cool. And I don't know if I have any stickles with me at hand, but I might go grab some of those. So stickles would look good here. The blue shimmer brush would look good. So I'm gonna run and get those, and we'll do that. So I found my stickles in my silver color box, and if you don't know what that is, you should get on Color and Shape and see my videos on how I've divided my embellishments by color. And then I'm thinking now that I should be putting my shimmer brushes in those color boxes too, but these were separate right now. So let me go ahead and do my stickles first. And I'm just going to emphasize these little dots on here by doing, you know, touching up every other one or so with a little dot of stickles in the middle. That's going to really add some shine. And I'm just going to kind of go every other or so. Doesn't have to be exact. Maybe not even, the other. Just randomly fill in some of those dots. And maybe just a touch here. All right, that looks pretty good. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Now I wanted to sort of cover the outside here so that I'm just getting the white, and I'm gonna do that because I don't have, you might want to let your stickles dry first, but I'm gonna go a little bit faster today. And I'm gonna have to make sure I'm not too messy because I usually do this in a box, and I don't have my box handy. So we're gonna go like this. Now it's not gonna matter too much that it goes on the photos themselves, because I'm gonna tack this down for a second. Because those are gonna be covered up with photos. So these photo mats. Now if you already have your photos down, don't do this. Now first I'm going to just give myself a little, squeeze this just a touch, just to get some flowing. Ooh, came out pretty quick. So now I'm gonna just tap lightly. And like I said, the ones with photos, not gonna matter. Ooh, come on. Usually it taps a little better. All right, come on. There we go. That's what I want. Just a few little drops, just here and there. So now these are my instruction pages that I'm using as scraps, so they're gonna have to dry before I move on to the next page. But that's okay because I am done for the day. Just a little bit more here. All right, a little bit here. Okay, there we go. I think that's gonna look really cool. Oop. On top. Let me move these real quick. That one I tacked down. And we'll just let those dry, and that will be page 1 there. And I like it. So remember, the big dots, those aren't gonna really show because they'll be under photos, okay? All right, we'll continue on with the next page. I'll actually see you tomorrow. Well, I guess I wasn't paying attention because I forgot that we need to put these little stickers above the photos. And even on this page, as you see me doing this right now, I forgot to do it on the 3rd photo. On to page 2. And you're going to go ahead and start with that Sundance paper on the right-hand side. And we're going to measure up 1 1/4 inches to put down the first strip. And that's the strip where you made the journaling spot on it, so it's kind of blank there. So just put that across your ruler 1 1/4 inches up, and then everything else lines up easily. So you're going to go ahead and use your pattern paper and just stick it right above it. For some reason my paper was a little bit longer than the cardstock, and so I had to trim it, and you'll see me be doing that in a second here, because it went off the edge a little bit. Isn't that funny? But, you know, even factory things are not going to be perfect all the time. Next, you're going to need the stickers from the sticker sheet that are rainbow stickers there. And put those just below the checked strip. And then we'll do the second one above the next check strip. And I think these stickers also were a little too long, too. So I trimmed those off there. But very pretty, very bright layout here. And one of the issues, though, was I started to looking at my photos, and because the background is pretty busy, I thought, I think I'm going to need to put something down here, because you can see the photos are not going to stand out very well on that pattern paper. So I looked at what scraps we had left over from our cutting, and first I thought, well, maybe this green piece here might work. Yes, my photo is supposed to be upside down there. She's actually upside down in the photo. And the green on the green with the mats didn't work. So then I had extra white, So I thought maybe this will make it stick out. And the added advantage to this white is that I can then sprinkle that with some of the Bluebird shimmer brush like I did on page 1. So that adds continuity across the 2 pages. So I cut that at 4 3/8, something like that, maybe a little bit more. Just so that it would encompass those photos in there. And yep, my blade was dull, but I have since switched it out, so we shouldn't have that issue anymore. And then I've just seen how they fit on there nicely now. So yeah, the white paper is going to work well. And I started to play with it to see where I was going to put that up. But in the end, I'm going to put that 2 inches above the checked. I'll put that mat, and you'll see that in the next part of this video. I think. Yeah, I was just playing around with it for a minute there to try to figure out the right spot. So because we want to have this page look similar to the first page, I'm going to do some sprinkles on that. And let me squirt it a little bit so I can get some bigger sprinkles. And we'll let that dry. All right, so now that you have let your shimmer brush dry, you're going to see I've got shimmer brush dots all over my hands in this one. But anyway, let it dry. Put that right above the checkerboard, or not right above, 2 inches above the checkerboard piece. So I'm just going to trim that off a little bit, and then I put that on 2 inches above the checkerboard piece. And then the pictures are going to go 7/8 of an inch in. Yes, 7/8 of an inch in from each side. That doesn't change just because we put that white piece down. But doesn't that look awesome with the little sprinkles behind it? That adds a lot to the page. And then it makes it coordinate with page 1. So I just did the 7/8 from each side. And I didn't have enough pictures for both layouts of her birthday because I stole them off of Facebook from my sister-in-law. And so I went and grabbed some more pictures of her in her youth, even though she's only 6, but when she was younger, to kind of show that she's grown over the years to make this into a 2-page layout. And so I popped a few on there that are from different ages, like from 1 to 5 years. And now I can just write down the dates of when these took place, and maybe write a little bit of journaling about how she's grown over the years. And then I didn't forget this time to put these little stickers down. So that was important. And now we're just going to put together this banner. So this is all the acrylic pieces. Use a good strong glue for this. Liquid glass, I find, doesn't stick as well to plastic, so I would probably use a different kind of glue. I don't remember the brand of this because mine has rubbed off the bottle, but it is the glue that we sell. Get all those little banner pieces. I started because there's 5, I believe. Yep, 5. Start with the center one so that everything will go off of that. So put that right in the center of the banner string. And then just add the others, I don't know, about 1/8 of an inch away from each other. But you'll be able to tell because you lined up that middle one first. That's the most important. And I do put it on the dull side, trying to get the shiny side up, just because I think the dull side might take the glue a little bit better. Not so sure if it does or not, but I do like the shiny side up. And then I think I'm going to use, oh yeah, that's right. We got to put down the little starburst. So there's a black starburst, a blue starburst, and a pink starburst. Put those down. And then I'm going to use the little stickles on top of those just to make that, again, pick up from the first page. All right, we're going to finish this up by putting on some of the acrylic candles and just little dabs of glue on these. Don't forget that you're going to want to put your journaling in that white space on the checkerboard later. That's where I'll be putting mine because I made that space. But if you didn't make a space there, use some of our self-adhesive journaling strips. Those are the best ever. I love them. This is pretty simple stuff here. Just sticking those candles down about 1/8 of an inch away from each other. And I think we're going to be almost done here. And I'll show you the last 2 pages, although it's not going to fit very well in the camera here. So there's page 1 and page 2. Thanks.